This lesson will be on how to create a mail merge database and then how to merge that database into a letter. The reason you would use mail merge would be if you were wanting to send the same letter out to many people and you wanted to just auto-flow their name into that document so it was somewhat personalized to them. You could also use a mail merge for labels, and those labels could then be attached to envelopes that you are sending out. It makes it a lot easier than having to handwrite every single envelope. The first thing you're going to do is create the database, and so you're going to need to set up a table. If you already have a table set up, you'll just use that as your recipient list and you won't have to do anything, so you can skip this step. I have a table started, so I'm going to go to Open and I'm going to find that database. I have it in the M drive and Computer Apps, Ms. Johnson, Teacher Training Documents, and it's the Casper table from MailMerge. You notice this table has, looks like 7 columns, and it has the number of rows that you're going to have information for people. So you'd want to go in and fill in this table. I'm going to skip ahead and open up a table that I've already typed this information in. If you don't have a table done, fill in your information and pause this recording at this time. One key step is you need to highlight this top row and make sure it's bolded. That way you know that this is the header of your table. If it's not highlighted, when you go into the recipient list into your letter, it's not going to know that these are the merge fields that you're using. Once you have that, just go ahead and save it. Make sure it's saved to your L drive in this example. If you're at school, if you're at home, just save it wherever you're going to be able to find it. It's important that you close out of that database. If you don't, it will not allow you to open it up when you get into the mail merge wizard. The next thing we're going to do is start our letter. I have a letter already pre-made, so I'll open that at this time. You're going to go up to the Office button and open. And from the M drive in Computer Apps, Ms. Johnson, and Teacher Training Documents, open up the mail merge letter from Casper. And this is the document we're going to use. To use mail merge, you're going to go to the Mailings tab. So you'll click on Mailings, and the easiest thing to do is go to Start Mail Merge and then Step by Step Mail Merge Wizard. And that brings up the dialog box on the right hand side. We're doing a letter. If we were doing a label, I could select labels and we'd be able to select what type, and we'd have to select the options, and you would choose the options based off of the number that you see on the labels that you've purchased. We're not doing that, so I'm going back. I'm going to select letters, clicked next starting document. We're going to use the current document, and then our recipients, we're going to browse for that list that I had just saved. So I have mine actually on my desktop, and I'm going to go to Training Addresses Database. You can deselect any of them that you don't want. Make sure that it says last name, first name, title, and so on throughout here, that you have those titles. If not, you need to go into your database and make those changes. Click OK, and then we'll write our letter. So we'll get this in proper business letter format. We'll start out with the originator's address. So we'll just use a fake address, 4747 Spooky Lane, Halloween Town, Wisconsin. We'll do 55544. We'll enter down twice, put the date, October 5th, 2011, and then we'll enter down 4 times. I'll double check to see if I entered 4 times. Need to enter once more. And we'll insert merge fields. So I'm going to go back to the Mailings tab, and I'm going to go to Insert Merge Field. The first one's going to be title. Put a space in there. Then I'll do first name, then a space, then last name. Enter down. Do the address. Enter again. City, then comma, space, state, and then zip code. Then we're going to enter twice. And all right, dear, make sure you put a space in there or dear will blend in with the title. We have title, space, and last name. There's no first name in the salutation. Okay, for our mixed punctuation, we're going to use a colon. And then the only other thing we're going to change is where the line is here, your costume of blank. We're going to delete that blank line, insert the merge field of costume. Make sure you have a space. So if I have my paragraph marks on, this icon here on the home ribbon, I can see there is a space there. Last thing, I'll enter this down so that it's centered on my page. And I can preview my letters. When I'm previewing, if I have changes to make, so for example, Halloween, Happy Halloween, I should have a comma here in my complimentary close. If I change it there while I'm in preview mode and I click on my next recipient, it changes it for every single letter. If I complete the merge without making that change, then I would have to change it on every single letter. Now if I'm ready to print this, I'd click complete the merge. If I want to print, okay, I could say I want to print all, or I want to say certain ones. I could say maybe I just want to print 2 to 2, click OK, and it would bring up my printer dialog box. And I can click OK and print. Or I can cancel that, and I can edit the individual letters. We'll say all, and then it'll bring up a document that has every single letter in it. So in this case, it was only 3, so it didn't take long to merge it. If I had quite a few letters, it may take longer to open up all of those.